What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And Fabrizio Romano came out and said that Liverpool are extensively scouting Inacio, the brilliant left-sided centre-back from Sporting. So we will take a look at him, what kind of player he is and the full story, and whether Liverpool will have enough money to bring in both Andre and potentially Inacio in the January transfer window. I still think Andre is our main priority and we will talk about him a little bit in this video as well, but I made a detailed video on Andre a few days ago, so make sure to check it out if you haven't already. So Fabrizio Romano said Inacio continues to impress as one of the top young defenders in Europe, showing huge potential with Sporting and recently working his way onto Liverpool's potential list of targets. Liverpool have always been in the stands to scout and follow Inacio, but at the same time they never sent official bids or started negotiations. Manchester United also have Inacio on their potential list of targets confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. I think one of the main reasons why we didn't bid for Inacio is we were desperate to sign enough midfielders for Liverpool to complete the midfield rebuild this summer. We should have signed midfielders even last summer, more than 1 year ago. So Liverpool desperately wanted to rectify that situation, and I think we didn't have probably enough money or enough energy to go after Inacio because his release clause, and I think that was a mistake because his release clause was below his current release clause is 60 million euros. I think it was around 40 million euros, which is 35 million pounds. Maybe Liverpool weren't 100% convinced by him, and also maybe Liverpool couldn't spend enough money to sign both Gravenberch and Inacio in the latter stages of the transfer window. But yeah, he renewed his contract at the beginning of August, and because we didn't make a move for Inacio, because we already had 4 centre-back options and Liverpool wanted to give Matip probably one last season before he leaves Liverpool on a free transfer. So Liverpool weren't desperate to sign a centre-back. Fabrizio Romano said there is nothing new so far. He signed a new deal at Sporting in August. There was nothing concrete happening with UK clubs. Still, I think he would be an amazing option for any club, Liverpool or Man United in particular. Left-footed players at that level are very rare to find, and with Joel Matip's contract expiring next summer, Inacio is a natural replacement for him, but he will cost a lot more money than what we would have had to pay for him before August, because as I said, his release clause was just 40 million euros. Piero Hincapié, who is just 21 years old, is another main name being mentioned by a lot of people. Apparently he is on the short list for Liverpool as well. And last month Steve K said that Gonzalo Inacio is Jurgen Klopp's #1 target for January, and he said that he's such an elite defender who offers also a threat going forward in the air, and he boasts excellent passing range, and is fantastic at driving out of defense. And he said that if Liverpool sign him in January, he could potentially turn Liverpool into genuine Premier League title contenders. Liverpool's defense is still not as good as we want it to be. It still shows weaknesses and frailties here and there in some games. Liverpool conceded 9 goals this season, and that's a little bit too much, even though, you know, probably the Tottenham 2 goals wouldn't have happened if Luis Diaz's goal was given, but I don't want to go into that. We already talked about that extensively in yesterday's video. But still, Liverpool needing to score 2, 3, 4 goals to get a win in the Premier League is not ideal. I want Liverpool to keep some clean sheets, and we have 3 of the next 4 games at home at Anfield, so I hope Liverpool can keep some clean sheets and get some victories. And the numbers back up these glowing appraisals for the Sporting centre-back. He averaged 1.5 shots, 4 successive aerial duels, 1.5 interceptions, 5.5 clearances and 7.5 accurate long passes per game, along with a passing accuracy of 90%. So let me know guys, do you want Liverpool to sign Inacio in the January transfer window? Leave your thoughts down below, and of course if you enjoyed these videos, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and also please support me further financially by subscribing to my Patreon. Link is in the video's description. I offer a lot of great benefits. He is 185 centimeters tall. He already played 3 times for the Portuguese national team, scoring 2 goals. His current market value is around 30-40 million euros, but because he's such a promising talent and he will surely exceed his market value, probably his price will be at least 50 million pounds. And this season he's playing every game for Sporting. Already played 8 games in the Portuguese league and 2 games in the Europa League, and Sporting are top of the Portuguese league, having only drawn 1 game against Braga and won all the other games, which is a pretty awesome record as well. And you might wonder how big of a threat aerially Gonçalo Inacio is. Well, in 132 games for Sporting's senior side, he scored 11 goals and got 8 assists in all competitions. For a centre-back, that's actually pretty impressive that he's either scoring or assisting every 8 or 9 games. And also for the Portuguese national team, as I said, 2 goals in 3 games. Those 2 goals came against Luxembourg. That's really awesome. And what I love about Inacio is he's barely injured. He only missed 2 games in his career for Sporting. And no, it was like 6 or 7 games in his career, but basically he's missing 1 or 2 games per season in his career, which is really impressive. And Inacio is mainly a centre-back, but he can play as a right-back as well. He's noted for his anticipation, composure, decision-making and positioning, tackling and passing ability as well, including long-range passes, which enables him to break down attacks and to play the ball out to start offensive plays from the back, so he can carry the ball forward just like Joao Matip or sometimes Virgil van Dijk does. And he has pretty decent acceleration, agility and pace. Inacio is a Sporting fan since he was a child. His brother Rodrigo was born with a disability. The former considered himself a shy person. Inacio, who did not feel comfortable posting about himself on social media. His favorite hobbies were playing football on the street and the PlayStation with his friends or alone. So he's pretty similar to a lot of young boys growing up. And this is his 4th season with Sporting, so I think he's ready to make the next step. And as I said, he's very rarely injured. Last season he played 52 games, the season before that 42 games as well, so that's really impressive. And he already has a good friend, Diogo Jota, from the Portuguese national team at Liverpool, so I think that he wouldn't have a lot of problems assimilating into this Liverpool side. And the added benefit if we sign Inacio in January would be that he doesn't have to start straight away. He can be bedded in and he can get familiar with the tactics and unique playing style of Liverpool FC without the added pressure of having to start every week, because we will still have 4 centre-back options in the January transfer window. But we also have to mention that Man United also want to sign him, because it looks like Victor Lindelof will leave at the end of this season, and Harry Maguire said that if he doesn't start enough games he would want to leave Man United in January as well. So Man United are in the hunt to sign a centre-back as well. And the Nudge journalist Tim Vickery has given us an update on Andre. He said Liverpool fans will be wanting to watch the centre midfielder Andre, who is almost certainly, I think, on his way to Liverpool. They came in with a big offer in the last transfer window, and Fluminense didn't sell because they are desperate to win their first Libertadores title. But in the January transfer window, after the season is finished in Brazil, Liverpool have every chance to sign Andre, and hopefully he will become the next great Brazilian player after a long list of Brazilian players who recently became legends at Liverpool. Bobby Firmino, Fabinho and Alisson, I consider all of them Liverpool legends in their own right. And also a bit of bad news, Andy Robertson dislocated his shoulder in yesterday's Spain-Scotland game, where Unai Simon, the Spain goalkeeper, landed on him and he dislocated his shoulder. He had to be stretchered off, or he was his shoulder was in a brace, and this is really not good news. Steve Clark confirmed that Andy Robertson suffered a shoulder injury, and shoulder injuries, dislocated shoulder shoulders usually take 3, 4 to 6 weeks to heal. The Scotland manager said it was an immediate decision to take Robertson off. He will go back to his club, he will be assessed. Obviously he has hurt his shoulder, we will have a look, and obviously he will go back to his club. Always seems to happen when you lose one player in a position, you lose another. We lost Kieran Tierney, recently he got injured for Real Sociedad, and now Andy Robertson picked up a shoulder injury. We will see how it is, see how it settles down, and hopefully he is good for his club as quickly as possible, and he's ready to help us in November. That's why I hate international breaks during the season. Why do we have 3 international breaks? September, October and November. We have a 2-week international break 3 times in 3 months. It doesn't make sense to me. You should finish the season 6 weeks early and then play all the international qualifiers in a row. And that would make more sense to me as well, because then your international squad could be together for 6 weeks, and surely the international coaches, the international managers would be more efficient working tactics out and training the players continuously for 6 or 7 weeks. Instead, we get these international breaks where the players have to travel halfway across the world, sometimes the South Americans especially. You play 2 games and then you go back to your club, and then 1 month later you do it again, and then 1 month later you do it again. So it's a lot of disruption, a lot of traveling, a lot of wasted energy, and also it's not good for the international managers because they don't have any time to train the players properly. They don't have any time to coach tactics and tactical styles and work with players on the training ground, because it's all so rushed. You have probably 1 training session and then you are already playing a competitive game, and then you have a couple of training sessions, and then you have to play another competitive game, and then the players have to travel all the way back to their clubs. So it really doesn't make a lot of sense to me how we are doing this. Also, Christian Falk and the Bild newspaper is reporting it that Liverpool are interested in bringing in a new sporting director, and that could be Max Eberl, who is a sporting director in Germany. Bayern Munich is also in talks with Eberl, according to the Bild newspaper, so that is very, very interesting. Earlier this month, Max Eberl was released as Leipzig sporting director due his lack of loyalty to the club amid rumors of interest from Bayern Munich. Eberl has links to Bayern, coming from just outside Munich, as well as being a product of Bayern's youth academy. However, Liverpool's current sporting director, Jörg Schmatke's contract runs out at the end of the season, and Eberl could be the potential successor for the former Wolfsburg sporting director. Contact between Eberl and the bosses at Liverpool have already been made when they met in May last year during a Leipzig Europa League tie. So a move to Liverpool would provide Eberl with a new challenge outside of the Bundesliga, where he has spent his whole career. If he goes to Bayern, he is likely to only get a role on the advisor board, meaning a move to Liverpool would give him a lot more power and a lot more responsibility. However, his strong ties to Bayern and Munich may be swinging the decision in favor of Bayern Munich. But I think Liverpool also has a strong case because we can give him more responsibility. So Liverpool are still in the hunt for a sporting director, and that's really, really good to hear. And if Max Eberl is good enough for Bayern, then he's good enough for Liverpool as well. So we will keep you guys updated on this story as well. And Alan Smith hit the nail on the head when he said that Dominic Szoboszlai adapted to the Premier League and to life at Liverpool like a duck to water. He said Szoboszlai settled so quickly. It's really impressive. All the challenge it involved in coming to a new country, he has taken it like a duck to water. The goal he got against Aston Villa was an absolute beauty. He wants the ball all the time. He likes to take that responsibility. He has power and skill. He's a modern-day footballer. Fantastic signing. Liverpool fans have already taken him on as one of their favorites. It's that confidence he has about himself. He knows that he's a good player. He wants to make things happen for his team. It has been the perfect start for Szoboszlai, and that's exactly on point. And I'm so happy that Szoboszlai is such a success at Liverpool, because I was really nervous. I wanted desperately for him to succeed, because I've been following his career as a fellow Hungarian for many years, since his early days in the Salzburg Academy. And I'm so happy to report that on a Saturday, so tomorrow evening, I'm attending the Hungary-Serbia European qualifier in the Puskás Arena, and I will try to create a match log video out of the experience. So make sure to tune in onto my channel on Sunday, because I will release that video on that day. The game is at 20:45 p.m. so I won't be able to edit the video in the evening because we get home at very late hours. But on Sunday morning I will try to release that video. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.